Hello everybody, my name is Shirley Wiseman. I am going to show you not how to stand on your head here, but I'm going to show you how to embellish or bling up a stocking for Christmas. So I have two new grandbabies this year, so I'm going to get them. I love to do Christmas stockings. I used to do them for all my kids and special friends. So what I've done is I bought a stocking, so you won't see much of me, but we're going to show you what we're going to do. So here's a stocking. I bought two stockings. I have two new grandbabies, grandbaby boys. Okay, so this is what it looks like unembellished, which is fine, but I like to give it a little bit of bling. So I decorated one, and we're going to decorate the second one. So as you can see, I didn't do anything with baby's first Christmas. I left that right the same. And then I outlined basically with glitter or glitter paint, fabric paint. I outlined all the bear, the gifts, everything. And then I put the baby's name in the hat. And I did it in blue since we have a boy, Zebediah, Zeb for short. And then everywhere blue. I did these two snowflakes. They were in white stitching, but everything had blue stitching. I put blue. I tried some little circles in there, dots, polka dots in that gift. I don't know if I like them so well. I also did the eyes and the nose and outlined so with silver everywhere that there was white stitching, and then on the bear gold glitter everywhere that there was some brown stitching. So basically here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take the fabric paint, I'm going to write the name in here, and then I'm going to outline the blue. So everywhere there's blue stitching, we're going to start with that. And then and there's blue there as well. And then I'm going to let that, put glitter on it, on the fabric paint, and let it dry. And then we'll take that off and use the next color. So this is what I use. So I use fabric paint. Okay. So we start with that. And I just like to clear it up, shake it down, and you're going to write. It's kind of like writing, put something underneath your surface. So I've got wax paper because the glitter will come off easily. So I'm going to start and with writing the name. Okay, so for this grandbaby, and you just want to make sure very carefully. It's kind of like decorating a cake. Well, I'm going to have to work on this one. Okay, so his name is Liam. Which this may not look so great here. But once you get the paint on, you got to be careful because that is what it's going to look like. Alright, so I don't know if I like my L's so much here, but we're just going to have to go with it. So I've got Liam, and then I'm going to take, and you can use different colors, but I always use white fabric paint. And everywhere that it's got blue stitching, I'm going to put some fabric paint. And again, be careful here. If you mess up, well, I try to put my arm down to stabilize it, and it's better to go a nice smooth rhythm here. Try not to be too shaky. And you can also, I'll show you how to use the toothpick. So first of all, I'm just going to outline all these blue. And I do use a toothpick to make sure, if I get it off of where I'm supposed to go, or to spread it out some. And I do one color at a time because all the glitter will run together and then you'll get the wrong colors. And I should have started up here because this is higher up. I don't want to get this fabric paint on my sleeve. which fabric paint is washable, so you can use them for decorating. I've done it before, decorating t-shirts. And there's some there as well. And this is some bigger, so actually on the other one I took the toothpick and widened it out a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to put the wipe off my lid, put a lid on, take my toothpick and kind of smooth out the edges here. You know, and it doesn't have to be perfect, you know, unless you're going to sell them and you want to be professional. But this is just something you can do to make your make things special for somebody. And like I said, you can put it on a t-shirt. I used to decorate t-shirts. I like to do see here I'm gonna it's a wider stitching, so I'm gonna just spread it out some. It's hard to do really fine tips, so I try not to do the real thin. And actually on these snowflake, it didn't turn out, I thought they didn't turn out that great, but I might still do it. Up here. And then kind of widen it out some. So the toothpick you can take to clean up any, you know, kind of more, any messes here that you make or any excess. Okay, so, and this may not look perfect, but it's homemade and made from the heart. And you want to, after you get the glitter on, you're going to let it dry for a good bit. Okay, I don't like the way that turned out too well, but you can use the flat end of the toothpick to kind of wipe off any excess there. Okay, I'm also going to do, the other one I did snowflakes, but I also did these little circles in blue. So I'm going to do them as well. And I might, I don't know, wasn't the happiest with these, so I might try again. Problem is we've got I might just do a few. Well, we're going to try it. But this fabric paint isn't very fine tip here. So it's hard to get it really fine. So as you can see, it's kind of globby. Of course, I'm trying to be away from the camera, so kind of looking like a mess here. I don't like the way it looks. The other one looked messy too, but might try to clean up some of the edges around it. So that one looks kind of sloppy. I'll try another one. I think as I'm trying to avoid getting in the way so you can see this. Well, this one might look a little bit better. But it's all made from love anyway, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Whoop, there it is. Wish. Okay, so now put that on. And there, I don't want that there, so I'm going to wipe it up. If you have something somewhere you don't want it, wipe it up with your toothpick. I just want to smooth these around, make them a little bit bigger. Okay, it takes patience here. Alright, so after you've written it as best as you can, I have some glitter here that I have saved, so you basically just pour the glitter all over it. I mean, you really cover it. I don't like that one snowflake there, how it looks. It does not look good. Might try to clean up some of the glue. Well, it's just going to have to more like be a happy face. Okay, so you totally cover all your fabric paint. And I had to go buy more glitter. So here's some more. I mean, it's got to be totally 100% covered. That's why you do one color at a time, and then after it dries, then you just shake it off, and then you can funnel it into your container to save it. I'll show you how to do that. So, go all the way around it. I'm doing blue, and then I'll do the silver, and the gold, and then the black. I don't have as much black. I'm just doing his eyes and his mouth. But see how everything that's got, I mean, you got to make sure that you sprinkle glitter on everything that you have outlined, or everything that has the glue on it. You've got to make it thick, and it looks like I'm overdoing it here, but if you don't, you'll have some parts that won't turn out, and it'll just be white. So this will totally cover it. Hopefully I'm going to have enough here. I will. I know it's just overkill here, but like I said, you got to make sure it's all covered. And you kind of turn your head all ways, make sure. That Liam, I didn't like the way his name was written there, but it's still going to look good. And I don't like the way this stocking is laying. Okay. Really, it's pretty thick. I ended up making his name pretty thick, too thick. This is actually very similar to writing on a cake, decorating a cake. So this, I'm after laying it on thick because the letters are kind of raised up, so I want to make sure. Okay, so once you've covered it up, and hopefully you've got enough, you don't want to move it around too much because the and don't touch it. You want to wait till it's dry. So we're going to leave it like that for at least 2 hours. Well, if it's thin writing, you can do 1 hour. So 1 to 2 hours, and then we'll barely touch it to see if it's dry. You don't want to, if you smush it, it's going to mess it up. But once it's dry, then we shake it off, and then you will have the outlined edges will show up like that. So that's what it looks like right now, and we'll be back with you in a little bit, and after it dries in a couple hours, and then we'll show you how to do the next step, and then you can kind of see the process. All right, thank you.